Hi everyone, how are you doing? This is Amanda. It's Christmas Eve here. So we're at the 24th of December 2020 and I wanted just to come on to wish you all a very happy Christmas and festive period, and just to offer up some words of love and encouragement and hopefully inspiration for the coming days. I probably will be back between Christmas and New Year, and I will be doing a video on where we're at in the world, and I'll also be looking at 2021 and what that's looking like. But for now, I think it's just very important to have a moment together where we give thanks for all that has passed over the last year, the lessons that have come in, many of which are still ongoing. Spend a moment to think about those people that we've lost. Think about the people that have helped us and served us, and just come together as a community. I'm very aware that obviously this Christmas is very different for many people, and for many of us, the people that normally we would be with at this time of year, we're maybe not able to be with them in the physical sense. But of course, what we're learning more and more as we move increasingly into fifth dimensional consciousness as the norm is that even if we're not in somebody's physical presence, we are very much with them all the time if we choose to align to their frequency and their soul essence. So as a community here at Angelic Celestial Colours, here on YouTube, on Facebook and on Instagram where I am, we've very much built up a beautiful tribe of people. I don't really like the word tribe, but just group of people who are aligned to the same purpose, which is to try and bring some higher understanding into the events that happen in our world, to also try to stay in love. I noticed just before coming on, I was reading through the comments that had come in on Instagram this morning, and one of you is called something like, "What would love do?" And I thought, how lovely is that? It's obviously very linked into what would Jesus do as well, but what would love do? I think if we all could keep that very much front of mind as our response and our pattern that we try to bring in over not just this Christmas time period, but through the next year that's coming in, the world would be such a happier place, wouldn't it? If we could respond with what would love do in every moment and in every instance. And sometimes what love would do is actually walk away from those that are maybe trying to bring us down or criticize us or demean us. We give so much attention, don't we, to those that truly don't necessarily deserve it. And by that, I mean people that are not in the same frequency as you, don't wish to be aligned to your truths and your beliefs. You need to allow them to choose their own path and not judge that. But equally, you don't have to keep giving attention to something which is demeaning or harmful to you. Anyway, today I'd like to talk a little bit about the energy of miracles and the energy of love. I tried to do this video yesterday on the 23rd, but the energy wasn't right, and obviously today I've got this sun pouring in the room, so it just feels very perfect to talk about this. So what prompted it is that yesterday I received the image that Jane has done for the card, which will be the miracle card in the forthcoming Christ Consciousness deck that we are working on through, well, we've worked on it all through this year, and it will go into 2021, hopefully be published in 2021. We'll have to keep our fingers crossed there. But anyway, the painting was miracles, and I'm just going to show it to you so you can link into it, and then I'm going to expand on the subject. Okay, so this is what the painting looks like, And you can see that we've got the pinks, the peaches, the golds, the yellows, white, cornflower blue, and we've chosen to depict the 5 loaves and the 2 fishes. It's a very simple illustration, which is meant to just convey the moment of miracle and what does that actually look like. Now, when I went back yesterday and looked at the story of the 5 pieces of bread and the 2 fish, which is also called the miracle of the feeding of the 5,000, the bit of the story that I had forgotten was that basically a crowd had gathered to hear Jesus and his teachings of love, and it was such a huge multitude and people were starting to get hungry that the disciples didn't know how they were going to be able to feed the crowd. And it was a young boy, again it's the energy of a child, that came forward with the 5 loaves and the 2 fish and gave them to Christ, who basically used them as the basis to feed the crowd, the multitude. And there's such depth to that story because it's really about the fact that there is enough for everybody if we can only share and if we can believe that abundance is possible for every single person on this planet. And it just feels as though this Christmas time, we are actually being gifted something, even though it might not feel as though we're being gifted something, which is to do Christmas in a slightly different way, to do it in a more meaningful way, to give to those that truly need it. Wherever you're watching me in the world, this year has been tough, economically, financially, emotionally, on many people. And you won't have to search very far in your communities to find somebody who has been affected. And so I feel as though it's about remembering that one small offering or one small gesture or one small token can have so many ramifications which are larger than anybody fully appreciates. The gesture of love, when it is extended freely from the heart, truly ripples out across the oceans, across the world, and it affects not just the one person that you give to, it affects so many others that you can't see. So that's how we ripple out this energy of abundance and blessings, by doing it one person at a time, whether it's through the act of offering, as in the case of this story, the gift of food, or whether it's in the gift of patience, the gift of love, the gift of forgiveness, the gift of just being there and being present. I think a lot of the time when we have a friend who's in need, we think that we need to necessarily have all the answers to their problems. And that's sometimes why we don't pick up the phone, because it's as though, this is very true of grief as well. If you know somebody who has lost somebody or is in grief, there can be that period where people step away. And it's not, I don't believe, because people don't care. It's often because they don't know what to say. But the gift of just being there and being present to listen is so precious as well at this time of year. But yeah, going back to the miracle of the feeding of the 5,000, if we just look at where our world is now and how hungry people are for so many things, not just the basics, but deeper spiritual nourishment, emotional satisfaction, love, intimacy, etc. The list just goes on and on. When I tried to record this video yesterday, one of the reasons I couldn't do it was because I was physically hungry. My stomach was rumbling so loud. You could hear it very clearly. And then I thought about it, and I thought, in many ways, how perfect is that though? Because it's almost as though the vessel of my body was being used to demonstrate hunger, okay? In that way, physical hunger, but hunger can be in many different things. So I think it's just worth pausing to think about what you may be hungry for in your own world, but equally what the world is hungry for, and then to offer up a prayer to Christ, to the Ascended Masters, the angels, to help deliver that. Right, I'm struggling a little bit with this glorious light that's coming in, so I am actually just going to change the curtain. Hold on a minute. That's better. I can actually see you now. I couldn't see you. I mean, yeah, the light is blinding, but I need to be able to do my job as well. Okay, I pulled some cards for us last night, and I'm just going to take you through what came up. So which one came out first? Okay, the first one that came out is quite interesting. It didn't really make, well, it made sense last night, but it makes even more sense this morning. This is the card which is about light beings. This is taken from The Secret Language of Light by Denise Jarvie, these cards that I'm showing you first. So it shows a light being that is watching over planet Earth. Watching over planet Earth very protectively, actually. Now, the thing that I'm smiling about is last night, I think for the first time ever, I had dream after dream after dream about Andromeda. And I was linking to that planetary system, that star system. The first dream was slightly strange and a little bit trippy, and I discounted it first. Got up, went to the toilet, washed my hands, came back to bed, tried to go to sleep, put it down to just a fluky dream. And then I went back into another dream about Andromeda, and then another one. And it's like, oh, okay, so maybe it's not trippy. Maybe this is actually real. The basis of it, though, was that I was seeing electrical storms that were to be going off around planet Earth. I was told that they were going to be coming in. Now, these electrical storms, I'm talking about in the form of lightning, okay? So big lightning storms illuminating the sky. It didn't feel negative, it felt positive. It felt as though they were lightning strikes of illumination, literally illumination. But it was very much coming from this sort of astral plane, positive dimensions and spheres, and I guess Andromeda as well, because that was definitely the energy that I was in. So we've got this sort of kind, loving being looking down onto planet Earth, trying to shoot some lightning and light phenomena to help us on our journey. Almost like a gift for planet Earth is the light that is coming in at this time, which of course is Christ, but equally it feels as though the elements are the channels through which this Christ energy flows in, is what I'm hearing now. So the Christ energy is flowing in through the lightning, through the solar flares, etc. I came down into my room this morning, and if you're on my Facebook or Instagram account, you'll have seen this picture already today, but I will just show it for those of you that are not. And there was a pattern on my wall, which I've never seen before. Can you see that? That was the pattern. And it looks a bit like a whirling tornado type energy, but it's full of light. It's not full of wind and gales, it's full of light. Actually, if you look at that, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but it's almost like the rim of the earth is there, and then there is this light phenomena coming down, funneling down into Mother Earth. And the colours are galactic. They are, where's it gone? Where's my Andara gone? They're that colour. It's this opalescent, translucent, new colours that are coming in to Earth. That's what I'm seeing. So Yes, first message for today is just that we are held through the process of change. That equally, I feel as though the light beings, the ascended masters, the galactics, are actually wishing us a happy festive period, a happy Christmas, are wanting us to take a moment to pause, to breathe, to celebrate in any way that is right for us, even if it is different from previous years. The second card that came out was the card of authentic truth. Authentic truth. I'm actually going to pull another card on that in a moment because that could mean all sorts of things. But as I look at it today, I'm just hearing that there is an unnegotiable truth, which is that the strongest primary energy on our planet is the energy of love. So yesterday on Instagram, I was talking about the miracle of love. I was given the song by the Eurythmics, the Miracle of Love. Beautiful, beautiful song. I've just got it going over and over in my mind, which is that the miracle of love is that it can always come again, that it can always be rebirthed, that it never goes away, that you just have to, it can rebuild any shattered situation that you have in your life. So through 2020, many people have had tower moments where their world has come crashing down. One of my dear friends lost her husband, I think at the start of the year. People have lost those they love, businesses have folded, jobs have gone, family structures have changed. The world is a very different place than it was 12 months ago. But yet the one constant, the one truth that never changes is that love is the single most powerful weapon that we have to right any wrong and change anything into a more positive state of being. That is the authentic truth, and that we are of that vibration. We are of love. We are of light. The next card that came out was the card of soul family, reminding us that we are all one, that it's important that we remember that we are soul family. Also have the card of soul love. And I do feel as though there is a beautiful, loving energy right now linked into romantic partnerships, divine unions, and the power of love, basically. I feel it very, very strongly this year. And maybe it's the gift that is needed at the end of 2020, which hasn't necessarily been the year that people were expecting it to be, but is going out with the promise that we are held, we are supported, but equally these very sacred connections between divine masculine, divine feminine are ready to be birthed, is what I'm hearing, via the birth canal of this very special period that we're now in, running up to Christmas Day, running into New Year, and then into 2021. And truly, we need to be greeting 2021 with an anticipation and a loving vibration. I'm under no illusion that there will be difficulties in 2021. I'm under no illusion about that. But I know that we will be able to face whatever comes in much better if we are aligned to a lighter and loving vibration rather than that of dread and fear and sort of like what the hell's going to happen next. So these colours, again, go back to Jane's beautiful painting, these colours, the soft pinks, the cornflower blue, the peaches, the golds, the yellows, the white. It's as though they're soothing our soul, but they're also softening our hearts. I I'm hearing the expression, they're buttering us up. Okay, they're buttering us up. They're wanting. It's like they're tickling us. They're stroking us. They're reminding us that only love is real. That anybody that's closed their heart down through 2020 because of the difficulties of the year, it's like Spirit is gently coaxing you to come back and to unfurl. And the more that you can unfurl and the more that you can open up your heart chakra, the more that you can receive these light codes and the blessings that are around this time of the year. And they're going to help you in readiness for next year. You know, let's dream in the miracles rather than the nightmares. Okay, let's dream in the miracles rather than the nightmares, because the miracle energy comes from our heart. That's how Christ was able to perform the miracles, because he was heart consciousness in action. He was like walking, talking heart consciousness 24/7. He totally believed and knew that he was able to do this. And in fact, if you read the passage again, which I did yesterday, I can't remember where it is now. You can put it below if you want to, but it says something along the lines of, he already knew what he was going to do with regards to this, the 5 loaves and the 2 fish. So, because he trusted, he knew he could do it. We need to get into that energy that we know that we can deliver what needs to be delivered next year, that we can achieve what we need to achieve or want to achieve, that we need to still keep dreaming and dreaming big. And that's the biggest gift that this season can give us. When we are surrounded by a lot of negativity in our world, which is trying to tell us the opposite, that everything is closing down, that everything is restrictive, that there is no freedom, that blah, blah, blah. You know, you've got to believe in the polar opposite to bring it in. You've got to truly hold that in your heart. And so that's why Spirit are just like gently coaxing. I'm just seeing these beautiful, soft, feathery energy that's around all of our hearts. It's a bit like, I'm no biologist, but I think I'm right in saying that in the veins and the capillaries of the body, how the blood is pumped round. I'm being shown, is it called arterial fibrillation? Ooh, I'm getting technical now. You know, where all the little, whatever they are, you know, they're pumping the blood, they're pushing through the blood through our veins, you know, the oxygen into our lungs. It's just like this feathery action. It's as though we're being given, do you know what it is? It's almost like the human race needs these massive stents, for want of a bigger word, put into their into the chambers of their hearts and into the capillaries to allow in to allow in more love, to allow in more light. It's as though we've all constricted ourselves, and it's through no fault necessarily of our own. We're all part of the collective, and the collective has gone into massive fear in 2020. So, you know, the stent obviously is an energetic stent, but it's as though I'm now being shown, it's like the breath of life. The breath of life is it's like Spirit, it's God, just like blowing. It's this being here, blowing the breath of life into the human race, blowing the breath of life into the earth. I'm actually now being shown the kiss of life, the kiss of life. I'm being shown the kiss of life. It's literally as though mankind has gone into a bit of a shock energy. And we're also there's a bit of shock energy in terms of what's about to happen next in 2021. Oh my God. You know, in the UK, definitely feeling that. No doubt about that. I'm definitely feeling it. So it's literally like Spirit are doing CPR. It's like kiss of life type time. It's like, remember, you can breathe. Remember you can breathe. Okay, remember that you are light. Remember that you are love. Remember that you can do anything. Remember that you are all connected to each other. Remember that you are soul family. Remember that you are not alone. You're not alone in terms of the physical earth, in terms of another physical human being to touch and be with, but you're also not alone in terms of the wider cosmos. Earth is not alone. Earth is not alone. Earth is just one place in our universe which has so many other beautiful beings that are willing us on. So yeah, it's like the kiss of life. It's like spirit doing CPR on the human race. Whoa, okay. Let's just go into the energy of Christ now. Let's bring in the energy of Christ. So Master Jesus, peachy gold ray. Thank you, sweet Jesus, for never giving up on us. Thank you, sweet Jesus, for always being with us. Thank you, sweet Jesus, for always loving us. We open our hearts to you. We embrace your love. We take your hand. We welcome you into our home. We welcome you into our heart. We align to the essence of who you were, who you are, what you are aligned to, which is complete and utter love. Teach us to always be able to live and respond from a place of love. What would love do? Help us to truly understand that, to truly be that, to truly embody that. We welcome your energy into our lives. We welcome your energy into our world. And my and our heart opens in such appreciation, such gratitude, such emotion for who and what you are, and that you never left us. You are here. You are always here. Knock on the door and I will open. We just ask for Jesus' blessings on all that are watching, inviting his energy into your life, to where you need it. And then extending that love out to all of our brothers and sisters around the world, to all that make up the world, for the animals, the elements, the trees, the flowers, the birds and the bees. We love you, Jesus. Thank you. Expansion. Expansion of the light body, expansion of the heart, expansion of consciousness. That is the gift this Christmas. Let's bring in Mother Mary now. These colours are very linked into the Mother Mary energy. Can you see that? Okay, so Mother Mary. Mother Mary, sweet and pure, strong and bold, teach us how to nurture and love ourselves. Teach us how to nurture and love others. Teach us how to foster care in our community. Teach us how to parent. Teach us how to be guardians. Teach us to be the best role models that we can be for those that are around us and those that follow us. Help us embody our own divine feminine beauty and to see that in others. Help us to heal our relationships, particularly parental relationships, bringing up to the light those that struggle with relationships linked into their mother in particular, those that have lost their mother, those that wish to be a mother, those that are a mother. Thank you for the gift of Jesus. Thank you for your care, your skill, your God-given ability to help raise him as a child, to fulfill the mission that he came in to do 2,000 years ago and is still doing now. Thank you, Mary. I'm going to pull a card for Mary. Mother Mary. She's asking us to soften, to relax, to soften and relax our posture, to soften and relax our speech, to soften and relax our position, to soften. This is the card for Mary. Gaia Oracle, Toni, Carmine, Salerno. It says the goddess of creation. It says transformation, creativity and wholeness. It's the divine feminine energy. Goddess creation. Teach us, Mary, how to birth this new world, to remove the stigma of celebration of the true goddess within ourself and with Mother Earth, which has been so misunderstood for millennia. Allow the energy of the goddess and Gaia to rise and to heal and kiss this earth with her beauty and her grace. So be it, and it is so. Thank you, Mary. Finally, let's bring in the energy of Joseph. Beloved Joseph, divine protector, Jesus' father, earthly father, Joseph. Straight away, that grounded energy coming in. Rooting it all, grounding everything that's been said, holding it, balancing it, grounding, grounding, grounding. Opening our eyes to what is possible. Let's pull a card for Joseph. Such a beautiful contrast. Joseph's energy, such a beautiful contrast. So it's the anchor. It's like he was the anchor point for all of this. He anchored all of it. I'm in absolute awe and reverence to the fact that he anchored so much. He still anchors so much. He holds, he supports, he strengthens. He helps build. He wants to help build this new earth. This is the card for Joseph. It says, sacred journey. It says life cycles, family and transformation. He's watching over the changes that are happening in so many people's families at the moment. People that are passing on, relationships that are changing and shifting, new children that are being born, cycles ending and cycles beginning. And he's the anchor point. He's the beautiful anchor point. I feel as though I want to read the message that goes with that card, Sacred Journey. Even the colours are different, aren't they? And it's card number 22. 22, a master number in its own right. So remember, this was linked into the energy of Joseph. And it says, life is a physical journey through time and space, yet it is also a spiritual journey that transcends both time and space. Physically, we are born of the earth, and to the earth we shall return. Yet spiritually, we are never born and we never die. We never come and we never leave. This card reminds you that we are each so much more than our physical realities. In fact, from our soul's perspective, this current life is just one page in a never-ending book, which is the eternal story of life. We are all characters in a play, and we each have chosen different roles. Your family is a central part of this journey. Each member plays their respective roles. Each member your co-star and partner. Each play is designed for maximum dramatic effect. Otherwise it would all get very boring. In effect, we are all actors and we are each required to play our roles well. It is through our human drama that we expand our understanding of love and the different roles we play, and the people we encounter help us grow. Through drama, we come to understand just how sacred life is. Thank your soul for this journey. And I'm affected because I'm affected by Joseph's energy, and I'm really affected by Joseph's energy. There's an affirmation here. The role, this is his teaching, the role that I play in this life is transient. I am in essence a being of light. My family members are some of my greatest teachers. All human drama helps me expand my awareness of love. My soul is not confined by time and space. Joseph is a master teacher. How he says, let that go. I was feeling like this, almost like an indignant rage that he was written out, to the degree that he was written out of the Gospels, because the power of this energy is beyond words, and he was written out as this bit part player, and he was so much more than that. The family, Mary, Christ, Joseph, none of it could have happened without each one. They were integral to the story. So this is his time to be honoured. I just want to honour him. That's why I'm getting emotional. I just want to honour his energy. Oh, okay. He wants us to be able to honour all of the people in our life that we see sometimes as bit part players, or we try to push them away because they trigger us. We don't like them. We don't like what they've done to us. But yet they are crucial to our story, our incarnation here on earth. Without them, You don't get to be what you currently are. You don't currently get to be the survivor unless you have had something to survive. You know, the people who work behind the scenes, the people who are the unsung heroes, the people that we don't give enough thought to or thanks to. This Christmas we need to be remembering them. The energy of power, harmony, productivity and self-confidence, that our lives and those in it, it's just this most beautiful symphony of energies, of beings that came together so you could live the life that you're currently living. You could have the opportunity to receive the lessons that you're currently receiving, to receive the gifts that you're currently receiving, the blessings. All of it was orchestrated. Pre-incarnation is blessing every single person in your life, the heroes and the villains. And it's then, if you can, taking that out into the collective and realising that that applies to the collective as well. And we're just wanting to shine this God light onto all of it, onto all of God's creation, onto this whole big classroom that we're all in. We're all just actors on a stage. The stage is our life. So let's end on a light note, a humorous note. Let's go back to the heart. Let's just ask for any final messages, please. Shall I just ask Metatron to come in here? Because, you know, come on in. he's with me through the year, so I just want to bring Metatron in here. Okay, come on, Metatron. What you want to say to people Christmas time? Metatron is reminding us, you've probably heard this before, but it's worth remembering, that the card of transformations come up for Metatron. When we celebrate, when we have a little party, even if it's just us having a party on our own, the angels smile and they enjoy being with us. So when you're unwrapping your presents tomorrow, or when you're, you know, raising a toast, or whatever you're doing, you know, moments of happiness, moments of joy, moments of appreciation, the angels enjoy those moments as well. You know, if you could only see, when you have like a family gathering, those that are not present, that you can't see with your physical eyes, so the people that have passed over but are there with you, those of you that have lost people that you love, they're always around you at Christmas time. They'll usually give you a little sign if you ask them to as well. You know, last year in particular, we had things like TVs turning themselves on, all sorts of, you know, stuff was going on, psychic phenomena, I suppose you'd call it, but I knew what it was on Christmas Day. So it's just, you know, it's those that we've lost and loved that come in just to sort of say Happy Christmas. And it's the same with Spirit. So I'm feeling with Metatron, who, you know, takes us through year after year. If you follow me on my channels, he always comes in with the big teaching. Today he actually just wants to wish you Happy Christmas. He wants you to have as happy a time as you can, and he's saying that he will be there with you in the mix of that. He's also saying that he will be there with people. I'm now being shown people who are on their own, who are sad, who are lonely, who are bereft, who are in loss, and he's saying, I will sit with you this Christmas Day, and I will I'm going to get emotional again. I'm being shown a single person. It's an older man, actually. I'm sure he's just indicative of many, and he's on his own, and he's just raising a glass to somebody, his wife he's lost, and Metatron's saying, I will chink the glass with you. I'll chink the glass with you. So it's like I'm being shown people who are just on their own, sitting at a table, and Metatron's sitting at the table with them. But he wants us to be happy. Let's breathe into happiness, shall we, guys? Let's breathe into happiness. We all deserve that. We all deserve that. Let's have a bit of lemon joy. Actually, he's saying go and open the curtains again, girl. Okay, let's go and do that. Then we'll finish with one other card. Do you like my bells? The bells, the bells. Was it Quasimodo who was always going on about the bells? But anyway, yeah, these are my bells. Nice, aren't they? Usually hang up downstairs, but anyway. Have a good Christmas, everybody. Have a good Christmas. Have a good festive period. Wrap yourself in the energy of all of these beautiful masters that have been here on this video today. Joseph, Mary, Jesus, of course, Metatron, and your own higher self. But remember that we are all together as soul family. I send you so much love from my heart to yours, and I thank you so much for all of the amazing support that you've given me as well through 2020. It's been and it will continue to be extremely humbling and a great blessing in my life. I can absolutely assure you that if I've helped you in any way through 2020, you have absolutely helped me as well. It's very much a two-way street. And I look forward to 2021 and what it will bring us. And I'm going to go into it in as soft an alignment as possible, and with my heart wide open. So I'm just looking up because there's a bird there catching my eye in the tree. It looked a bit like a crow. The energy of crow. I don't think I've got my cards to hand, so anyway, we'll leave that on a bit of a cliff. Let me look up the meaning of crow. I've seen it for a reason, haven't I? Oh, I know what it is. Now, one of you, Matt, thank you, Matt. I got your message via Jane. You were suggesting that for the Christ consciousness deck, that's why I needed to talk about the crow, maybe we should include the story of Peter and the crow that crowed 3 times. Let me just get the story up. Isn't it to do with doubt? Crow. When the crow crows 3 times, you will have denied me. Isn't that it? Yeah. Peter remembered the word the Lord had spoken to him. Before the rooster crows today, you will disown me 3 times. And he went outside and wept bitterly. So it's to do with denial. We must not deny the light. We must not deny our faith and our belief. And we must not waver, is what I'm hearing. We must not waver. These are times where some others are wavering. And I can understand it, but you've just got to hold the faith. You've got to keep with it. I just want to look up the spiritual meaning of crow. And then I'll let you go to your mince pies or whatever else it is you're doing. Crow. I think it's coming back to this energy of transformation that Metatron showed us. That from what is dying in our world at this time, I'm talking about death of the old structures, things that are crumbling away. Old earth is crumbling away. From that decay and from that death, look what we get. We get the most extraordinary transformation coming in. We actually get the biggest miracle that has occurred on this planet for millennia, which is the true birth of heart-centered consciousness, 5D living and above. But we just have to believe that it is so and that everything is on course, because it is. Much love. Take care of yourselves. I'll be back soon. Have a good one, everyone. Love you all. Bye-bye. Bye.